Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of February 1st, 2023 and a date of marriage of 1998. She has a boomerang who is a low-energy wallower. She says, my MLCer ignored my texts with evidence about his physical affair that I sent in February. Taxes had us talking in March. Then I gave advice on how to handle conversations, and he didn't show up. I went no contact again. Since then, we have attended 6 events. For example, we attended our son's and our daughter's birthday dinners. I individually hugged and kissed everyone, skipping over him. Heading home from an event, my daughter asked me, "Why do you hate Dad?" And I said, I don't hate him. 2.5 years after the bomb drop, I think it says, our daughter and son know about the affair. This weekend at his sister's house, for a graduation party, the 3 of us, son, daughter, me, didn't greet or speak to him. It was noticed by all 70 guests, including him. All were watching. After eating, the two of his uncles, aunts, and his dad left their seats and joined my son and daughter and me. He had his eyes and attention on his family, embracing us while he hung out with the teens. Since January, our son has tried reaching out to him, but nothing. He's just ghosted him. This year, my MLCer got no Happy Father's Day message. For the first time in 2 years, he even faced my family. So it's showing all these negatives, and then she shows something that is a positive. But he even faced my family. And there's a little juxtaposition here. I was a little bit almost confused because it's like even faced my family as though the other things were good. So I wasn't sure what the point was. But he did face my family. So he faced your family. But the other pieces that we've just gone over were his family, as I understood it. He drove an hour to my nephew's graduation. I never thought he'd face my family. Should I continue with no contact? He hasn't reached out since January. So first thing, you are not in no contact. You are not initiating contact. No contact means you don't have contact. So you've attended 6 events. That's not even close to no contact. So no contact is a boundary that you have communicated, saying, hey, you are not allowed to contact me. I'm not going to contact you unless it is an emergency. And I would say that doesn't count for events unless they're common. And 6 events this year, you said, and we're halfway through the year. That's 1 a month on average, even though it might not all be you might have several in a month and a few months apart. This is basic, regular, frequent contact right now. And I'm not saying that's bad or good. That's great, especially because you're not paying attention to him there, but there's still contact because you're in the same space. He can see you. Seeing is contacting. So that is, no, you're not having contact, lowercase no contact, rather than not a boundary. And that's fine. So in other words, instead of saying, no, should I continue with no contact? Should you continue with not initiating? Yes. Continue with not initiating. And if this goes on and you don't have events for several months, you are free to initiate on something special, like not Valentine's Day, but something like a birthday. Hey, not your anniversary, but his birthday. Hey, I was thinking of you. I hope it's going okay. Very neutral. Not much more than that. And maybe nothing will happen. He has not reached back to your son when your son is initiated. And you can eventually just do those sort of light things. You're going to see him, and you don't have to completely ignore him. It would be good to just acknowledge him, basically, at these events. Acknowledge his existence, small talk, but then you're really focused on everything else and everybody else. Hi, I hope you're going okay. Hold on. You know what? I got to go get, so-and-so a drink. I told our daughter I'd be back at the table. But you didn't ignore him completely. It's so that he doesn't feel completely left out. Because what is he interpreting this as? I don't know. He might just be interpreting it as, well, that's what I got. Nobody's interested in what I've done. They're all upset at me. But what does he do with that? They're all upset at me. I can't overcome this. Could be. They're all upset at me. I better do something about it. And he may not be ready to do anything about it. So I would keep up with what you are doing outside of these events. Don't initiate right now. But at the events, I like how you have been really focusing on everyone else and how they're coming over to you. But I'm hoping that it's not like a snub. Don't make it like, and you might not have that. That's a little bit too obvious. But where it's clear you're not just not greeting him, but you're ignoring him. Because that's like a silent treatment. Make this more like a gray rock, where you acknowledge somebody and say hi, and it's nice to see you, or I hope you're doing okay. But you are uninteresting and you don't engage with them. You don't go out of your way to make a conversation. But you can stand there while you're standing in the same line for the drinks or something and say something. It's okay. If you didn't, it would be a silent treatment. And it would be a way of communicating. But it's a toxic way of communicating. And it would be felt and it would be heard by everybody around you. And there's a rudeness to that as well. And everyone else is looking, going, oh, they're close to each other. And they're watching. Suddenly the room grows silent. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And you don't want that either. If you make too much of it, your situation becomes the center of attention at somebody else's event. So don't go out of your way to ignore, but you don't go and engage. You just, hi, I hope you're doing okay. Really make it light, okay? Because if you've had 6 events already, not everyone graduates every year, yeah, I know, but that's a lot. So it seems like you may have plenty of opportunities for him to at least see you occasionally and get an idea of you're thriving and you're an attractive force. While then he goes back and percolates this, whether he's still in escape and avoid or going toward liminality. It takes time. I know you know that. It takes time. Okay? So be patient with that. Okay? So patience, patience, patience. That is the key word for this, for everybody. Okay? Work on your detachment. And I hope this is helpful.